I was in the house. Great crowd. Great play by both teams. Necaxa really came to play. And a great result for our Inter Miami Herons. Now, the great from Battered Herons Podcast, Daniel Solana, joins us. First things first, before we get into it, how you doing today, Daniel?
I'm doing fantastic. Got up a little early this morning, went to go play a round of golf, and, got out of there before the rain started coming down. It's coming down here in Kendall. I don't know if it's raining over there in El Paso.
It's beautiful around here. This is weird.
This is.
Daniel Solana, break it down. A lot of things going against Inter Miami last night. Kind of go through the hurdles they had to overcome. And what was the likelihood of them coming out of there with a positive result?
Look, Inter Miami was all over the place last night. I know you said they had a good game. They did have some good moments. They had some shaky ones as well, obviously, with the red card to Maxi Falcon early on in the game, the Messi injury, which I'm sure we're going to get into a little bit later. So a lot of things were going against Inter Miami. Inter Miami had to play a man down for almost 70 minutes of the match. Obviously, then in the second half, Necaxa goes down a man as well. So the last few minutes they played 10 against 10. But like you said, it was an absolute thriller. Inter Miami coming back, tying the game in injury time. Once again, another last-minute goal by the Herons. If you remember the game before, Inter Miami got the game-winning goal, also in injury time by Chelo Wigan. But this was a game-tying goal by Jordi Alba. And then, at the end of the day, you go to penalties. It's a lottery. And Inter Miami's goalie did a little bit more than what Necaxa's goalie did. Inter Miami got all 5 of their penalties through. And really what Jordi Alba did, I mean, you got to love that attitude, right? You got to love him getting in the keeper's face after scoring his penalty, especially after the keeper was baiting him, while he was going up to take his penalty. So overall, a fantastic result for Inter Miami. It could have been a lot worse, especially with Messi going down a man early. But a positive result. If you get the win, you get 2 points, and now you're in second place, just behind Portland in the leaderboard for the MLS in the League's Cup standings.
My new favorite player, of course, our newest member, Rodrigo De Paul, El Motorcito. Man, he is so good, even to the naked eye. Even if you're not a soccer savant, he is absolutely exactly as advertised. He makes this team go. Can you kind of explain to someone that maybe isn't so much into the soccer world what he does for this Inter Miami team?
Absolutely. I mean, his nickname says it everything. El Motorcito, the little motor. He basically engines, the midfield and helps Sergio Busquets recuperate balls, connects the defense to the forwards. He was on the end of both goals yesterday, getting the assist on the game tying goal, getting the assist on Velasco Segovia's goal as well, off of a beautiful pass from Suarez. So, I mean, he was extremely vital in getting the team to where they were yesterday, and getting them to tie. And he even scored his goal. I don't know if you saw his wife celebrating his goal on social media, but, she was out there celebrating Tini. And it was a fantastic game by Rodrigo De Paul, and that's exactly why they paid what they paid to bring him here, and why he's going to be here for the next couple of years.
These last 2 games are the reason why you should be excited as an Inter Miami fan. Yes or no?
No doubt. And look, with Messi going down, and like I said, we'll get into that in a little bit.
Some people were happy with that. Not happy like he got down, but the fact that you got to see more of a team play instead of an individual. Certain damn day like that, but
we've gotten into this conversation before, right, gentlemen? We've gotten into this conversation where we talk about, why does the team play to Messi? Why does the team play for Messi? And that's just the way that Mascherano has his tactics for this team. He likes to play through Messi and allow Messi to show his magicianship on the field. And then yesterday when he comes off, you're forced to then find where you're going to get, the offense, where you're going to play through. And they were playing through Suarez for a bit of time. They were playing through Busquets for some time. They also played through Rodrigo De Paul. So, when the GOAT is out, you have to find another avenue to get your attacking. And, Inter Miami was just able to get just a bit enough to escape with 2 points yesterday.
I love that you say that, and you can give us a little more insight since you are a soccer expert. We know in some of the more popular sports here in the United States, like American football, basketball, it shows the mettle of your team. It shows how strong you are as a team when you overcome obstacles. Last night, Inter Miami overcome Messi going down like the 8th minute and not returning the game. They overcome a 17th minute red card. Then they overcome being down a man most of the game. They overcome being down a goal in the 92nd minute to tie it, then they overcome and kick the extra. Is that a sign in soccer, like in most sports, that even though, and by the way, they did get a little bit outplayed by Necaxa, I'll be honest about that, but you still got the result. You still got the win. Does that show the resolve? Does that show this is a team that you can believe in and show how strong this team is, as it is in other sports, also in soccer?
Yeah, no doubt. But it also goes, you have to credit the front office for bringing in the players that they've brought in and building the team that they're currently building. You know, they're not done in this transfer window. They're still trying to get a couple of more players. But you look at the players on this roster, you know, like we've talked about the Fantastic Four, and now you add in Rodrigo De Paul. But not only do you have those players, you have Noah Allen, who didn't have his greatest game yesterday, but he's coming back working from injury. Falcon, you know, unfortunately was sent off early in the game, like you mentioned, Dan. But he's been vital to this team's defense all season. You had Rocco Rios Novos, who basically hadn't played a minute all season. He comes in back-to-back games and has, you know, a huge impact on the game from the goalkeeper position. Yesterday, he had a couple of saves, and then he made a huge save in the penalty shootout. So absolutely, I think this is, you know, to answer your question, this is a huge sign that this team is battle-tested and this team is ready to win without Messi. You know, it's not a coincidence. You know, like I said, this team is built for moments like this, and you've got experience, you've got depth, and you have chemistry that goes beyond just one player, even if that player is Leo Messi. So to answer your question, yeah, I mean, this proves that this team is ready to go, not only to win this tournament, but also to win the MLS Cup.
Frustrating night for Luis Suarez. I wanted a goal from him so bad. He got so many good opportunities. One time, the guy actually made a great goal stop. But, man, El Pistolero, tough sledding a little bit last night. But he got his opportunities. I'll give him credit for that.
Absolutely. I mean, look, he's being criticized lately, and rightfully so, right? Unfortunately, the ball is not going in the back of the net. He's in a drought right now, a scoring drought, but he's doing other things, right? He like I said, he had the pass to Rodrigo De Paul to get the ball to Talasco Segovia on that first goal, and he had a couple more opportunities. I know that people are going to point back to that one play in the 88th minute where he's taking the ball down the left-hand side, and he tries to cut back, and he just falls over in the box. But look, at the end of the day, he's a 38-year-old player, 39-year-old player who, you know, in his brain, he wants to play like he's 20 years old. But unfortunately, his legs and his knees don't allow him to do that. So, you know, he's making his impact on a different side of the game, you know, getting his assists, trying to get the ball and play out to his teammates. And you know, you might not see him score, you know, 10, 15 goals this season. But like I said, he's already had 10 assists. He has more hockey assists if you add to that total. And not only that, you know, he made his penalty, and he's a big part of what this team is doing. And to add to that, he only makes 1.5 million, gentlemen. That's the 20th highest salary for a forward in the MLS. Do you know what that is? That he makes the 20th high salary of forwards in the MLS, and he is number 3 in assists. I mean, he's playing at a top 10 level, obviously not in goals, but in terms of everything else, playing at a top 10 level for forwards in MLS. But he's just not getting the recognition for it because people are focused on the plays where he doesn't finish.
What should they expect in the next game versus Pumas?
It's going to be tough, right? It's going to be tough because of this huge blow to Inter Miami. They're going to be down to men again. Falcon will be out, having a service suspension for that red card. And obviously Messi is going to be out at least for a few weeks. You know, we're hearing so far that he might be dealing with a muscle strain, but there's no real official confirmation from the team. So right now everything is purely speculative. What we do know, like I said, it's going to be a tough blow. The team was really starting to find its rhythm over the last few games, and having Leo go down at this stage of the season definitely throws a wrench into what Mascherano's plans were, bringing in Rodrigo De Paul, possibly adding in a couple of other pieces and getting ready for, like we say in Spanish, la recta final of this season. But with that said, look, I think if Inter Miami makes it to the quarterfinals, I think we're going to see Messi back in uniform. Obviously, they're going to be cautious with him because you don't want to rush a player of his caliber, but I think you'll see him back if they make it to the quarterfinals. Now, talking about Pumas is it's going to be a tough game. I mean, they played Orlando City very well, but one thing to look forward to is they're going to be missing their goalkeeper, Keylor Navas, who was sent off last night with a red card at the end of the match. So that's a huge development for Inter Miami, and absolutely they're going to have to take advantage of Pumas not having their starting goalkeeper. But as things stand, like I said a little bit earlier, Inter Miami sits in second place in the MLS side of the bracket, just behind Portland. Several teams have their second games today. There's 6 games on the Leagues Cup slate, and that really could shake up the table. So we're going to have to wait and see how the numbers fall after Wednesday. But I think Inter Miami has a great outlook for the game against Pumas. Like we've been talking about, just shortly before, this team is battle tested. They have the players, and really all they have to do is mix in some of those bench players and get a result on Wednesday.
You really do have to credit in Big Four, or if you want to call them now the Big Five. We've seen some guys in the past, I don't want to name too many names, but Gonzalo Higuain, that look like they're on a vacation and just frustrated with everybody.
He came to smoke cigarettes and eat empanadas. That's what he said.
I'm telling you, these guys last night were bought in 100%. Suarez, when he missed goals, was infuriated himself, hanging from the goalpost. Rodrigo De Paul all over the place. Jordi Alba getting in the face of the opposing goalkeeper. These guys were really, really into it. Jordi Alba made it a point last night. That was dirty work. But this is the thing. You got to give, and Lionel Messi, his legacy is secured. He doesn't have to come here. And then it's just infectious to the rest of the team. You could see the rest of the team playing so hard. You really do have to give credit to these guys. They're not here on a vacation or a retirement plan. They're here to win. And it's really, really, you can get it's infectious with the team, and it's infectious with the fans. And once again, I really think you have to give kudos to Messi and his guys for acting like that.
Absolutely. I mean, even Rodrigo De Paul said it yesterday when they interviewed him after the game. When Messi went down, he didn't know what to feel. Messi, he called Messi the soul of the team and the soul of football. That goes to show you how much Messi means to this team, not only when he's on the field, but also off the field as a leader. These guys really look up to him. These guys really follow him, and not having him on the field on Wednesday and possibly for the next few games is really going to affect this team. But like you said, Dan, it's not just about Messi. The other guys are out there and they're pulling their weight. And they care. They really do care. They want to win. They want to get Messi, this MLS Cup. And I think they're going to do it at the end of the season. I think this is Inter Miami's MLS Cup to lose. And, we'll see what they do over the next few weeks in terms of adding a couple of new faces to the roster. But if they can, continue to stay healthy and continue on this path, I don't think there's anybody in the MLS that can really, get over them this season.
Well, let's continue with Messi and drama. What's up with the bodyguard, man?
Oh my goodness!
What's up with the bodyguard being kicked out of he's kicked out of every event now?
He's banned now. He's completely banned from Leagues Cup. He's banned from the MLS. I mean, there was a slight altercation, I guess, after the game between Messi and one of the players from Atlas, and he decided to get involved and grab the Atlas player, and he's not really allowed to be on the field. I mean, he's really only there to protect Messi from fans, not from other players. So. He got involved in that altercation, but I want to turn the attention not on Messi's bodyguard, even though it is really funny that he's banned now. But maybe I want to turn the attention on Messi. How fiery has he been this season? He has been extremely spicy this season, and it's really nice to see that come from him, because a lot of folks have said that he doesn't care, that he doesn't look like he cares. But seeing how spicy he's been with other players, with referees, with other coaches, I mean, to me, it just gives me a little butterflies inside my stomach.
Well, I mean, if you're Aggie like that, it means two things. The wife is upset with you. Yeah, that's it. I mean, the wife has to be upset with you.
Our guy, first of all, went viral this week because he put up a video of him and Antonello Rocuzzo at the Coldplay concert, which has 1 billion views online right now. So
the wife might have been upset.
You might want to squash that one real quick. Thank you, Daniel, by the way.
No, I'm not saying the wife. I'm not saying any nothing. Just, the wife could be upset with you, and the wife is upset with you, messes up everything because you're trying to figure out why she's upset. She might have not even told you that she's upset, but you just know she's been giving the cold shoulder. Or second, your kids are annoying you. That's it. Because I didn't understand why Messi went after that player. He went after that player like that player stole money from him.
Well, because on the goal that Atlas scored, he went and celebrated the goal in Messi's face. So when Messi scored when we scored that second goal, Messi celebrated the goal in his face, and then they went after it, after the game. Tempers flare in soccer, especially when you score those last-minute goals. You can see how much passion these guys have for the game and how much it means to them to win. So, look, I love it. I love the fact that they're fiery, that they're showing this passion, because if not, it would just be boring.
Oh, well, if they're not, it would also be they don't care about the MLS, or they don't care about Inter Miami.
Gonzalo Higuain.
as Dan Day would like to mention all the time. He always mentions how Higuain was just only there for just, like you said, empanadas and the money.
Rodolfo Pizarro.
So as you can see, he's naming the former great players from other clubs in other countries who just came to the MLS and just had a,
I don't know. I wouldn't really rate Rodolfo Pizarro as a great player.
All right, former greats or former good players or former name players, but I don't think Messi's doing that. But no, I get it. He was excited. It was great to see that type of reaction from him. But then I'm like, was it really necessary though? Like, that guy he's a nobody. He was a nobody. He didn't really need to go after that man's neck. He went after that man's neck. Like, you don't go after a man's neck unless
he's been going after a lot of folks' necks this season, though.
Yeah, you notice that. Like, I mean, I don't know if it's because he's short, but he's always going after necks. Like,
you think he has a Napoleon complex? Is that what you think? He's got a Napoleon complex, so he feels bad that he's short, so he goes after folks' necks?
Well, I mean, it's either two things. It's either you have a Napoleon complex or you're grabbing the only thing you can grab and, hold on.
So you think that's the only thing he can reach? He can't grab the guy's head, so he can only reach the guy.
Yeah, he can't. He's not going after the face or head. He can't reach there. But you go after the neck.
As long as he doesn't go any lower than the neck, I think we're good.
As long as you don't kick anywhere lower. Now, I don't want to be kicked by Messi. You crazy? But it does. But on all fun, put all the fun aside, all fairness, it is great to see that he, at that age, he still got that drive and fire.
Somewhat soccer related. Dice El Dani went viral this week. He was at the Coldplay concert Sunday night, and he got the quintessential video of Messi and Antonella Roccuzzo on the Jumbotron, on the Kiss Cam. No controversy there on that. Walk us through that, Daniel. So you probably go to bed at night and think, oh man, it's getting some hits. You wake up the next morning, and I am looking at your video on international soccer websites. What was it like, that period where you all of a sudden realized the whole world is looking at your X account?
Well, first of all, I didn't expect Messi and Antonella to pop up. I was really getting a video of the Panthers drinking beer out of the Stanley Cup while Chris Martin from Coldplay, the lead singer of Coldplay, was singing to them and telling them not to drive home and to be responsible. And then all of a sudden, I see the GOAT pop up, and I was like, whoa, I got to keep recording here because this is going to be magic. And luckily, I have the password to the media account for Wi-Fi at Hard Rock Stadium. So as soon as I got that video, I uploaded it to my X account. And right before I had left the stadium, I already had something like almost 500,000 views or something crazy like that. And I was like, oh my goodness. The next day I woke up, I had 30-something DMs in my inbox asking me to use the video. They'd give me credit from all over the world. I mean, it was fantastic. I lost battery 3 times on Monday.
There were times you used to get paid for that, for being able to use your video.
Yeah, it's not like that anymore.
Not like that back in anymore. They just give you credit.
So how many views did you get on that video of Messi and his lovely lady at the Coldplay concert?
Well, on X, it's up to 14 million views, but on Instagram, it's got to combine like 700 million views by all the different accounts that took up my video.
Wow.
It's crazy. I was talking with my golf buddies today because they also brought that up while we were playing. And I told them, I said, it's crazy how much Messi moves. Like you can tweet anything you want and you just put the word Messi onto it and it's getting 1,000 views no matter who you are. You could have 5 followers. You could have 100,000 followers. You're getting 1,000 views no matter what, just because you have the word Messi. It's crazy what he moves in the world of soccer, in the world in general, right?
He's a pop culture icon. He's an icon, and he's a pop culture icon.
He stabbed his wife on the kiss. He didn't give her a kiss.
Ooh. Oh my God! And that must have been the top story in all the papers in South America. Messi denies wife kiss.
I just love seeing Antonella at the games. I love seeing Rodrigo De Paul's. Well, they kept putting her on the Jumbotron last night, of course, obviously, but I love seeing the families there, the wives, even the kids. It's just fantastic.
Well, you can't do it anywhere else in the world, right? You can't have your family that close to the field in any other stadium in the world. And so for these guys coming to live in Miami, just like Vlad said, you got a happy wife, you got a happy life. These guys, their wives are happy living in South Florida. They're with their families. They get to spend time with their families after the game. And it's just second to none. Really what Jorge Mas and the organization have done to create that environment for these types of players is going to continue to filter in great players to Inter Miami as we transition into this new stadium next year. So I'm just excited to continue to see what other names are coming, because I don't know if you guys heard, but Heung-min Son is heading over to LAFC. So that is the third signing this transfer window in addition to Thomas Mueller and Rodrigo De Paul, of players who can still offer the league something and are coming at a younger age. Obviously, Mueller a little bit older at 34, 35, but still Heung-min Son at 33, Rodrigo De Paul at 31. Guys, they're starting to get younger. They're starting to come, and that can only mean good things for the MLS.
I'm telling you, good things, good things. Daniel Solana, I don't have to tell everybody anymore because the whole world knows it's at Dice El Dani. One more thing, Pumas, Wednesday, 7:30. Can Inter Miami pull out a win?
No doubt. No doubt. I expect them to win. I don't think Pumas has had a great showing so far in Leagues Cup. They don't look like the Pumas of old. So no doubt, I think Inter Miami comes out. They're going to need the 3 points because, like I mentioned, there's 6 games today. 5 teams have a chance to get 3 points, to get up to 6 points and pass Inter Miami on the standing. So they're going to need the 3 points no matter what, and then they're going to wait and have to see what the rest of the league does in the remaining games.
Daniel Solana, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Vamos, Inter